Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2011 Muppets film. Or 2012 in my case, because I'm from the UK. Sorry that this review is so late. It's been like a month ago when I did my last Muppet review. So I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do this sooner, but I've just been so busy. But anyway, here it is. Here's basically a summary of the plot. While on vacation in Los Angeles, Walter, the world's biggest Muppet fan, his brother Gary and friend Mary uncover the diabolical plot of a greedy oil millionaire to destroy the Muppet Theatre. Now, all the Muppets must reunite to stage the greatest Muppet telethon ever and save their theatre. Now, I remember being disappointed by the Muppets Wizard of Oz. Muppets Wizard of Oz, that wasn't really like a big film. It was just a straight to TV film, you know. Probably should have guessed it wouldn't be good if it was straight to TV. The Muppets seems to pretty much have died off. We really didn't see much more of them until it came to 2011, and this film came out. Unlike the Muppets from Space, which had rather a lot of negative reviews, it seems to be pretty mixed to say the least. This film seems to have really positive reviews. Like, so many people seem to talk about how great this film was. So going into it, I was kind of looking forward to it. After all, it was the Muppets, and I had heard really good reviews for it. I was looking forward to seeing a new Muppet film. And I can honestly say that now that I've seen it, I've got to say that it is actually quite good. Which, after the Muppets Wizard of Oz, it's good to finally see a good Muppet film. It's different from the other Muppets films in the fact that this is very much a musical. Like, don't get me wrong, most of the other Muppet films had like songs in them, but this has a lot of songs in it, and I mean a lot. The songs were decent for the most part. I didn't think they were like the Muppets' best songs or anything. Now, that is all except for... Am I a man, or am I a Muppet? Am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, then I'm a very manly Muppet. Very manly Muppet. This song, I believe, won an Oscar, and I think it deserves it. It was a very good song. It was quite creative. But anyway, looking at this film as a whole, isn't my favourite of the Muppet films, but I think it's one of them. This definitely more than made up for the Muppets Wizard of Oz. Not that that's saying that much, but it kind of struck me as odd, though, the way that it was just called the Muppets. Before I went into it, I was kind of like, that's a new Muppet film just called the Muppets. Like, all the other Muppet films, they had, like, you know, some other interesting titles. This was just simply called the Muppets. Kind of thought that was a bit unoriginal at first, but I'm kind of used to it now. Now, there are a few nitpicky problems that I have with this film. I'm not really sure about the whole thing with Gary and Mary. Kind of think that didn't really do that much for the film. Kind of feels like they added that in just for the sake of having a romance in this film. Kind of feels like it doesn't really do that much for the story or anything. It's just there just for the sake of being there. Even though, of course, it does bring forth a rather good song, so it's worth it for that reason. No, not really. There are a few stuff that doesn't really make much sense in this film. Like, for example, when the Muppets want to see Miss Piggy in France, they need an appointment to see her. The receptionist said that she wouldn't allow them to go and see Miss Piggy because they didn't have an appointment. So what they do is, they see a man walking down, and they take, like, his suit and trousers off him and have all the Muppets standing on top of each other to look like a man. And then the Muppet Man, which has Fozzie Bear on the top, goes back into the receptionist, and Fozzie says, I have an appointment. And she says, oh, okay. And she just takes his word for it. So a receptionist, part of their job would have to be to check. They wouldn't just take a person's word for it when they had an appointment. They'd have to check to actually find out what their name is and what time they're in for. They wouldn't just take the person's word for it. But still, it's only a Muppet film. It's not really meant to be taken that seriously, so it's not a huge deal. And I do know that is very much a nitpick anyway. So overall, The Muppets is a good film. I'm giving The Muppets a 15 out of 20. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to The Muppets 2, because I've heard that they're making a sequel to it. Now, have you seen The Muppets? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment below, let me know. And also, I decided that this time I'd let you, the audience, who are watching this review, decide what I review next. I've got a few options in the description, and feel free to let me know which one of them you'd like me to review, because I think it'd be good to give the people watching this a chance to know if they want to know my thoughts on any film. You can request one which isn't on the list, but I can't guarantee that I'll do it. If it's a film that I've never seen and have absolutely no interest in seeing, I'm not just going to check it out just to review it. Quite simply. So, but do feel free to comment in the comment box below.